I drove to Norwalk, and when I got there, I didn't know who to call. Like, to be there for me. I mean, my girlfriend had moved back home to North Carolina, so I did call though on my way. I couldn't reach her though, and I spoke with my brother-in-law at the time, her brother-in-law, and let them know. But I still felt alone, and I didn't know to call my mom because my mom and dad had been divorced for a long time and really hadn't talked. I think December, prior to his death, he did call her, and he asked for forgiveness. And my dad was a pretty smart guy, because I told him that he needed to make amends with those that he felt that he had hurt, in his life. And I think that's what he was doing, because he even sent my brothers a Christmas card, and my brothers and him hadn't talked, probably spoken maybe for 10 years or more. I'm not sure. We had a little dysfunctional childhood. Not any different probably than a lot of people. So when I got to the hospital, I wasn't sure who to call to be there for me. I ended up tracking my mom down, and I called her, and I believe she called my brother Rick. I'm not sure if she called Paul. I may have, and left a message. It was hard to reach Paul back in those days. You would just leave messages for him and hope he got them. And I sat in that hospital. They let me go see him right away, and he was really, swollen. And I couldn't figure that. Why was he so swollen? But he was in a coma. And, it was hard to see him in a coma. And my brother Rick looks a lot like him, and so it was kind of sad, because he looked like my brother Rick laying there in a coma. So Mom got there finally, probably an hour or two later, and my brother Rick, and any animosity that my brother or my mom had towards my father was erased in that moment. There was a really interesting piece that just kind of filtered into those rooms that day. My dad's girlfriend was there. She hugged my mom. And, just situations that you couldn't really try to, can't think of the word, avoid. There you go, that you couldn't avoid. It was just there. Life was happening, and we were behaving like adults. I remember my sister coming in and out. It was hard for her. She lived with my dad. She's actually the one who called the 911 for my dad. I don't know. It just saddens me, because I wish I had had more time with my dad. I really do. And I guess that's why I try to live, with God's help, a life that I don't take for granted. I'm asking forgiveness on a daily basis to be a better person and to live life in the moment, because you gotta make every moment count. I don't really have any regrets. I made peace with my dad way before he passed away. Way before he passed away. And I had a good time with him. The times we hung out. I did. I don't feel like I ever mourned his death like this since the day he died. My mom and I, we come here. We used to come here a lot after my dad died. I think I needed to come every month. It was something that I wanted to do. And Mom came with me every month. And then it lessened to maybe 3 times every 6 months. Maybe 6 times a year. Then maybe just on the holidays. And I do try to make it every holiday here to see my dad. And his birthday actually is not far. I'm probably going to come back here for his birthday. I miss him. I do. He is a really talented guy. He's an artist. He was a runner. That's where we got our passion for running from. And I think even our artistic abilities when we apply them. We got them from my dad. It kind of trickled down to my nieces and my nephew. They're both very artistic. And my dad missed out on them. He met them when they were little, but he just couldn't get it together to forgive himself enough to hang out around us or to be around us. You know, that killed it. Because he lived in so much guilt. And he needed to forgive himself. We need to forgive each other so that we can move on, grow, become better adults. We miss out on a lot when we don't do that. I think I know now why my mom didn't come with me today. She wanted me to have these moments today. Because for some reason, I'm embarrassed to cry about my dad in front of my mom. And I'm not sure why. Turned out to be a really gorgeous day. And I'm heading home now. 10 years is gone. And sometimes it doesn't seem that long. I'll be back. My dad's birthday is February 19th. He was born in 1937. This year he'd be 75. I'll be back, Dad.